Sadly, the Galaxy A72 does not come with a bundled case and earphones in the box, but the good part is that the smartphone does come with features such as an IP67 dust and water resistance, stereo speakers, a headphone jack and a microSD card slot that more than make up for the lost case and the earphones. And why would I count the last two, a headphone jack and a microSD card slot, as features? Because most mid-range smartphones and definitely all the high-end smartphones don't have them. So the A72 and the A52 rocking these still, I think that's great. Hello beautiful people, my name is Aman Rashid, you're watching Mr. Phone, and on popular demand, in this video I'll be reviewing the Samsung Galaxy A72. Now I recently reviewed the Galaxy A52, and while that phone is a great device in its own right, this phone does everything bigger and better. But before we get rolling, please hit the red subscribe button if you are new to the channel, and also press the bell icon so that you're notified whenever a brand new video drops. With that said, let's get started. Okay, so straight away before I start, let's address the elephant in the room, that is the price. The Galaxy A72 comes in 2 RAM and storage options. The base version has 8 GB of RAM coupled with 128 GB of storage. This is priced at about 35,000 rupees. The top end version features 8 GB of RAM coupled with 256 GB of storage, and this one is priced at about 38,000 rupees. See, I understand that many of you would now argue that the pricing could have been done better, and to a point I agree. But if you're going to exchange your old phone, which I'm sure most of us do these days before purchasing a new one, and club in the bank offers and discounts and whatnot, I think so you can easily grab a good deal for about 22 to 23,000 rupees. Now, of course, if you want to get the maximum benefits, I suggest going for the base version because you're still getting 8 GB RAM, and as I mentioned at the start, this phone comes with a microSD card slot, so the storage expansion thingy is sorted. And for those who think buying external storage affects the speed and performance of the phone, which to an extent is true, well, in that case, get the 256 GB variant. I'm sure with exchange and offers, that one will also cost around 25,000 to 26,000 rupees. So with the pricing situation out of the way, let's now focus on the other things about this smartphone. Now do note that I've already reviewed the Galaxy A52 in my previous video, so expect the performance of the smartphone to be about the same as the A52. And yeah, in this video I'll be touching down upon the extras that you get on the A72 over the A52, so keep watching. The Galaxy A72 is a big smartphone, and yeah, bigger than the Galaxy A52. So you're getting a larger 6.7-inch display here on the Galaxy A72, Full HD Plus resolution, Super AMOLED display and a 90Hz refresh rate. Without a doubt, a gorgeous panel. Of course, its quality looks more or less the same in comparison to the A52, but yeah, this one is large. So in short, good color reproduction, deep blacks, wide viewing angles, and it gets plenty bright. No major complaints here. Now in terms of design and build, I loved the Galaxy A52, and the feeling is mutual with the A72 as well. In terms of weight and thickness, it is about 15 grams heavier than the Galaxy A52, weighing at about 203 grams, but the thickness remains the same at 8.4 millimeters, which is good. Now personally, I'm a fan of big smartphones, and I understand that they can get cumbersome to hold at times, but to be honest, if I have a choice, I will definitely take a big phone over a handy one any day. Now quickly shifting gears, this phone also features the same Snapdragon 720G chipset that's also found inside the Galaxy A52. As for the software, you're getting One UI 3.1 atop Android 11. If you want to know in detail about the software and performance, I would suggest please go and check out my Galaxy A52 review, since the experience is pretty much similar with both phones. You can check out my Galaxy A52 review by hitting the card that's appearing right here. And as for the Galaxy A72, where it does differ from the Galaxy A52 is in terms of battery and charging. So the Galaxy A72 features a 5000 mAh battery under the hood, which supports up to 25 watt fast charging, and you get the 25 watt charger bundled in the box. In terms of battery life, endurance has been great. Depending on your mileage, you can easily use the smartphone for about 2 days on medium usage if you try to. During my time, I was consistently getting about a day and a half on a single charge. Do note my usage involved about 2 hours of Call of Duty every day, about 2 hours of YouTube every day, and of course a lot of Instagram and Twitter and texting on WhatsApp and Microsoft Teams as well. Charging times are decent even with the 25 watt charger, not the fastest, but it gets the job done in about half an hour. The phone charges about 45%, quite decent. In an hour it charges about 85%, so that is an improvement, and a full charge usually takes about an hour and a half. Now, I would like to flag one thing on the Galaxy A72, it's that the haptics are the same as the Galaxy A52, which means they are not great. Could have done better on both the phones. Anyway, let's move on to the camera now. Just like the A52, the Galaxy A72 also comes with a quad camera setup at the rear. The main camera is a 64 megapixel unit which comes with optical image stabilization. It's the same sensor that's also found on the Galaxy A52. Then there's a 12 megapixel ultra wide angle camera and the 5 megapixel macro camera, which also remain the same. However, the depth camera from the A52 is replaced here with an 8 megapixel telephoto lens which features OIS and 3x optical zoom. At the front, there's a 32 megapixel selfie camera situated in a center aligned punch hole. The Galaxy A72 takes some amazing photos without a doubt. I feel the dynamic range and the color reproduction was good and overall decent results. Although I did see color disparity across the three main lenses, that is primary, ultra wide and telephoto lens. But besides this, performance is also kind of similar to the A52, but you are getting a telephoto lens on the A72, so there's that. By the way, here's a photo at 3x zoom from the A72 and the A52, and upon further zooming in, you can clearly see the difference optical zoom makes over digital zoom. Otherwise, I think the camera does a fairly decent job in ample lighting conditions, no major complaints. Now, talking about the photos taken at night, well, comparing the shots of both the A72 and the A52, and I don't see much of a difference. Well, I do prefer the A72 shots honestly, since they look a tad better in terms of color reproduction. Otherwise, no signs of noise and distortion, which is great. Although highlights, that is the bright areas, I think both the phones, the A52 and the A72, need tuning here. Maybe a software update could help. As for video recording, this sample has been shot at 1080p 30 fps. Of course, the phone can also shoot 4K videos at 30 fps, and in terms of quality, I think the Galaxy A72 does a good job. Of course, the colors do end up looking a tad bit boosted than the original source, but I was happy with the overall output, and the most impressive part was definitely the stabilization. You can also shoot detailed videos from the 3x telephoto lens if you're looking to go up close on your subject, and yes, you can also shift between the main and telephoto lens while shooting. In terms of quality, expect smooth pans and tilts, although don't expect to take smooth looking moving shots from the telephoto camera. I tried, it did not work out, but anyway, next up is the selfie sample. Hello guys, right now I'm shooting the 1080p 60 fps sample on the Galaxy A72. So what do you think about the overall output? If you ask me, I think so. The details look good, colors look good, stabilization is also decent for that matter. And now if I could improve something on this front facing camera, is that I would have loved a wider field of view. And one more thing that I would want to point, oh, this looks so good. The movements are so nice from the front facing camera, and right now if you can make out, I'm in quite a noisy environment. Actually, to be honest, it's very noisy. It's not quite noisy, it's very noisy. So I thought it's a good way to test the primary and the secondary mics output. So tell me guys, what do you think about the overall audio output? And also tell me what do you think about the overall video output. The dynamic range could have been done better now that I'm realizing when I look at the background, but it's nothing major. I think so the overall output looks quite nice. The movements are looking good and the stabilization is also looking pretty decent. So yeah, that's the front facing video sample on the Galaxy A72. Cheers. Long story short, just like the Galaxy A52, the Galaxy A72 is also a dependable smartphone that ticks almost all the right boxes. As for whether you should buy the A52 or the A72, I would say if you need a larger display, a bigger battery with better battery life, the 25-watt charger, 8GB RAM versus 6GB RAM in the base model, and an extra telephoto lens, I would say go for the Galaxy A72. And if you feel all the things that I just mentioned don't matter to you much, in that case you can easily go for the A52. That one should be just fine as well. Either way, as I earlier mentioned in the video, with the phone exchange and bank discount offers, the prices of both these phones dropped down significantly. I mean, you can get the Galaxy A72 for about 22,000 to 24,000 rupees, while the A52 can be grabbed for about 12 to 14,000 rupees. Can't go wrong with these. And that was my review of the Samsung Galaxy A72. So guys, what are your thoughts? Let me know everything about it in the comments below. And of course, you can ask me any question regarding the A72. I am surely going to try and answer all of your queries. Of course, if you enjoyed, then hit the like button and share this video with others. You can also reach out to me on my social media. The links will be in the description below. As always, thanks for watching, and for all the latest in tech, stay tuned to Mr. Phone. See you guys in the next one.